Alright, last week's assignment was to come up with a flag case that held a certificate, similar to what we kind of have here. After looking at what you guys chose last week and sent in your assignments, this is the one we chose to go with. This one's obviously not completed yet, but I just wanted to mock it up and get it laid out. And there's all the supplies, and Braxton's going to help us out by putting this one together. Just wanted you to understand that as a novice, Braxton's not even actually had any formal training in woodworking. He just kind of followed me around the shop for years here. Mr. Schmidt and I both have a flag and a certificate. This is one that somebody flew this flag in my honor in Iraq, and Mr. Schmidt's is from Ground Zero of 9/11. So we both kind of have the same size flags and the same size certificates, and we kind of wanted to display them a little better than what we have in the past. So the one over here with the flag in it and stuff is probably going to be mine, and that one over there Braxton's going to make for Mr. Schmidt, and we're going to walk through that process. Braxton's starting to put the Kreg jigs in the back of some of the things that need it. He's got another board there. He's going to put 4 holes in. He's just going to kind of follow along the other pattern in front of him there and what holes he needs. There's only 2 or 3 pieces that need Kreg jigged on this, and there are some that we'll use the countersink and plug cutter for later on. We're back. Braxton's working on drilling the countersunk holes here and here on these 2 outside boards, and then on the inside of this box, as well, the top and bottom for the assembly process for the 2 main boxes. And then he'll do some countersinking in here, and then let me turn this real quick, underneath as well for assembling the flag holder. So right now he's measuring in about 3/4 of an inch, and he's coming up about 3/8 of an inch, and then he's going to drill his holes with this pre-drill and countersink bit that is built together. Go. Alright, so he's pre-drilling the hole there for the screw, and each time he drills a hole he's going to put a screw in. He's making sure it's flush. Go ahead. He's making sure that it's flush top and bottom and end to end there. And then he's going to pre-drill the hole again. If you notice, he didn't drill both pre-drills and then put the screws in. Each time he drills a hole, he's putting a screw in. So his outside frame's done. Now he's going to come back over here to these pieces and work on his inside frame. So while Braxton's working on that over there, I drilled some plugs with plug cutter, and all they are is a tapered plug. And again, I showed you this in another video, so I won't show you a whole bunch more here. You just pop these loose and you dump them out, and they can be used to fill in some of the holes here. So I've drilled about 35 or 40 of them here. We should better use most of those in this project. So we're putting the plugs in here, and one of them just happened to break off, and they happen to do that every once in a while. So I'm going to teach you how to take them out. He just takes a screw and he starts to drill right down in there, and it's going to pop out. It's going to pop the rest of that plug right out of there. So the other thing with this is, as you go to put the plug in, I always put them in just a little bit off. I twist them about 1/4 of a turn or so, and then he can take them out and tap them. Yep, and that's all you need. You don't need glue, you don't need anything else. We'll show you 2 ways to clean them up. We use either the belt sander or a chisel when we're done here. Alright, so Braxton's got his triangle put in here. He's got all of his boxes put together. I'm going to do the routering for him. We got a 1/4 inch round over bit. All it does is dress it up a little bit. Keeps us actually from sanding as much, and just eases that edge a little bit. On the inside and the outside of the triangle, inside and the outside of the certificate hanger, and then the top part of the frame will get a router, of course. 1/4 inch after we're all done. So we routed out this back to set a piece of plywood to kind of cover up the back. This will get a piece of 3/4 and this will get a piece of 3/4 in here. We routed this out 1/4 inch deep, and each of the corners has a rounded edge now. We're going to chisel those out square, similar to this right here, to accept the plywood, so we don't have to round the plywood and it don't have to be as precise in the corners. We have them both assembled. Now he's just sanding, cleaning up the rough spots, and I think we'll be ready for stain. Okay, he's finishing up staining here. He's got the cases back there all stained up. He's finishing up with the frame here. He's gone through the Mr. Miyagi's school of stain, and that's where he brush on, wipe off. Brush on, wipe off. It's very important that you brush on the stain or wipe on and wipe it off the excess. So it looks like he's about done, and we're ready for poly tomorrow. Kind of forgot to tell you, we were going to use black velvet or black vinyl for the background. We just went ahead and spray painted them black, and if they don't look well, then we can always go with the vinyl after that. Okay, we're ready for assembly of the back. We painted those pieces black, and he's putting about 5 screws in the back just to kind of hold them in there so it doesn't fall out. While he's putting the backs in, I'll show you what we just took some adhesive and glued some plexiglass in on the back side, and all we have to do is put those on the front, add some buttons, and we're done. Okay, so he screwed the front on, and then we added 4 buttons, and here's what it kind of looks like. We got one more to do, obviously, in the background. We'll add a flag and a certificate to that one. Okay, so here it is with the certificate in it and the flag in it. We just painted the back. We didn't even put velvet or felt or anything like that back there. About $25 total, start to finish. Remember, somebody else did it before you, so there's no reason you can't do it yourself.